Hello, Nigeria. Hello, Africa. Hello, the rest of the world. Once again, this is your boy, Dr. 96, aka The Realist. It is always my pumping pleasure to be on here at all time to discuss issues affecting our dear country, our beloved motherland, Nigeria. My topic today is just to reflect on the just concluded National Convention of People Democratic Party, that is, people deceiving people. Now, I think it is now obvious, glaring, conspicuous for all the saboteurs in the southern part of the country who believe that their relationship with the northerners can yield a positive result, or whether the northerners can respect agreement. It is so unfortunate that majority of the leaders in the southern part of the country, that is the south, southwest, southeast, south, those who believed that their relationship with the northerners can bear a good fruit. The northerners have clearly demonstrated who they are in the just concluded the APC the northerners have just declared themselves their true nature, who they are, the wolf in sheep clothing, which is a true reflection and nature. They have just demonstrated who they are in the just concluded PDP National Convention by selecting a northerner in person of Atiku to run for presidential position under the flag of PDP. Now we've seen that these people, for who they are, they might not appear to be intelligent as we might feel they are, but when it comes to a game of politics and when it comes to making unanimous agreements, they are fast to do that. And the reason why they feel that they could always have an edge over the southerners is simply because of the division in the southern part of the country. The ethnic groups in the southern part of the country, that is, the major ethnic groups, which are Igbo and Yorubas, as long as rancors still exist between them, the northerners will always take advantage of this division in the south to manipulate and to take advantage of us and to wield power to themselves at all times. We all understand every party agreement, both APC and PDP, that rotational presidency should be respected. Now the northerners have done 8 years, 7 years for now. Before the next election, it will conclude 8 years. That is, it will complete 8 years next year, when retired General Buhari has been in power, who is a northerner. And the northerners, they are now demonstrating from their body language and from all indicators, they are showing that they want power to remain in the northern part of the country, irrespective of parties' agreements. This is the betrayal of highest order. So I think this should be a lesson to southerners, the politicians in the southern part of Nigeria, the monarchs who feel that as long as they are getting their own fair share from the northerners, they care less about their people. This is what they will surely regret very soon, because the systematic arrangement of retaining power in the northern part of the country might definitely lead Nigeria to chaos, if not civil war. Now, Some of us who do not buy the idea of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu demanding for separation of power, demanding for secession, now we can justify them to be right in their thinking. What is the essence of relationship that the donor is the one suffering while the receiver is living large? Every political post that has to do with the security of the nation, that has to do with the finance of the nation, is completely occupied by the Northerners. The Northerners are not the only ethnic group represented in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria is made up of more than 300 ethnic groups in situation where only one ethnic tribe, that is the Fulani, are feeling that they have that power and edge over other tribes to retain power among themselves. I think this might lead to what I perceive to be civil war in the nearest future, because the subjugation is too much. These people, they have no good record in governance. They have been the one that have brought Nigeria to her nail, and they are still agitating, they are still agitating to retain power. And we, the Southerners, whom the God have naturally blessed with abundant resources, which is the economic power of the country as a whole, we cannot completely to look the other way. We could not continue to accept this subjugation and this oppression by the Northerners. So those who went to bring Buhari in 2014 to contest under the APC, I think they are now regretting. They felt that the agreement that the Buhari made with them will hold when it comes to 2023. By virtue of all indication, there shouldn't be any contestant from the northern part of the country for 2023 presidency. By virtue of equity and justice for a fair nation, I think the part of the country who truly deserve to be president, that is to produce the next president of Nigeria come 2023, is the Southeasterners. These people have been subjugated for so long. Right from the independence, is only one president from the southeastern part of the country, in person of Agui Ironsi, and his presidency and his head of state status does not even last more than 6 months before he was executed during the 1966 coup. So it is high time that the saboteurs in the southern part of the country, they sit down and truly see from the lens which the masses from the southern part of the country are seeing. They should forget their own selfish and immediate benefit, because when this trouble starts, they will be the first set of people to be eliminated, because the younger generation are not at peace with what is happening currently. And to those of you in the southern part of the country, the mothers who are still running after APC or PDP, it is a big shame, because the women are mostly affected by the current situation of the country. Imagine a mother struggling to take care of her child right from the infant to primary school, to secondary school, to university, and after all this stress, after all this commitment, after all this sacrifice, the child ended up to be a burden to you again. That was even in the past, some years back, where education is still close to free, where Nigerians' education is still affordable to average family. But the current situation, how many average family can afford to send their children to ordinary secondary school, not to talk of university? And you mothers, you are dancing your stupidity, you are dancing your shame after politicians, instead of you to group yourself together to fight for your husband, to fight for your children, to fight for your future. But because of the little benefit, the immediate gratification that amounts to nothing, you are all supporting oppressors. I will not say beyond this to mothers. If you like, listen, because you are the one bearing the present burden of the country most. A lot of young ladies in the country who are in their ripe age for marriage could not have relationship, not to talk of marriage, because where are the men who will marry them? The men are still struggling to even feed their mouth. The men have no job. They have no security. Then what a man in that kind of situation will be thinking of marriage? And women's biological time is very short. So it's really a pity why Nigerian women, mothers, the young ladies, why they should not see the reason to fight these oppressors. Instead, they are supporting them, they are grouping themselves to provide solidarity for their oppressors. And those of you politicians in the southern part of the country who are suppressing the agitation of Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, I think it is now down on you that your relationship with the Northerners produced nothing. Look at Wike. Look at how he was being betrayed at the 11th hour by Tambuwal. I've always reiterated, I've always said it, that the Northerners, no matter what happens, they will prefer the worst of them to be Nigerian president instead of the presidency going to the south. And the PDP have already demonstrated that. They've executed their master plan. Now we are waiting for APC convention. We are waiting to see the presidential candidates. Even if a Yoruba man or an Hausa man, if a Yoruba man or an Igbo man or any ethnic group from the southern part of the country fortunate to win the APC presidential candidates, I bet you the Hausas will vote massively for their own candidates. Both APC and PDP in the northern part of the country will already vote for Atiku. That is guaranteed. That is an undeniable fact. So now it is high time we put our differences away. We set our differences aside from the southern part of the country, at least to pick someone among us, be it Igbo, be it Yoruba, be it Ijaw, be it Edo. I don't care who the person comes from, but we should at least let the Northerners know that we have the mental prowess and we are smarter by nature. So we should form an alliance and produce one candidate that all the Southerners should vote for. Please, Southerners, let us put our differences apart. And I want to use this opportunity to also encourage Christian leaders. Now, it is high time you all come out of your shadow and really campaign for a president that will represent your religion. We all saw what happened during the death of Deborah, during her untimely death during the vicious murder of Deborah, how Atiku instantly betrayed Christianity, how he instantly isolated himself from Christianity by deleting the tweets on Twitter which supported justice for Deborah Samuel. So should we allow somebody like that to be our president comes 2023, to continue to propagate the Islamic agenda? Should we allow such person to be Nigerian president comes 2023 to continue the persecution of Christians by the Northerners? So this is high time. If the Christians in Nigeria, in the southern part of the country, if the GOs, if they truly love their chiefs, if they truly love their members, so this is the high time they start educating them and let them see the need and necessity to vote for their own. The Northerners means no good for us because they don't care. Let's imagine, how can the southern part of the country producing almost 95% of the natural resources sustaining the economy of Nigeria, and yet there is heavy poverty among the southerners in Nigeria, while the northern leaders are buying expensive properties overseas? So we should stop them. The northerns are not much. The core-norths are not much. If truly they have that absolute power to select presidency, nothing will have stopped Buhari becoming president right from the inception of democracy in Nigeria since 1999. He lost in 1999. He lost in 2003. He lost in 2007. He lost in 2011. For 4 consecutive times he lost, until the southerners, that is the southwest, until they form alliance with the northerners in 2015. That was the reason Buhari was opportune to become Nigeria president as we speak. So if the southerners see themselves as ones, and I believe the middle belt too, after all the mayhem, the religious extremists, the Boko Harams, the Fulani herdsmen, after all the mayhem, after all the trouble they've caused in the middle belt, I'm absolutely guarantee that no one from the middle belt will want to vote for a core northern man to be the next president of the country. We see how Buhari refused till today to proscribe the Fulani herdsmen as terrorists. We see how he's shielding them, how he's protecting them. And I believe the middle belt will not want this to happen to them from 2023 and beyond. So the southerners, let us set the differences aside. Let us bury the ashes for now and pick a candidate that the entire South will unanimously vote for. This is just my contribution. This is just my opinion today. And I believe if well accepted and agreed on by the southerners, we have cause to rejoice, and we will have cause to be free from internal colonization by the Fulani terrorists. This is my message today. I remain your humble friend, Dr. 96, aka The Realist. Let us always be real to ourselves. Let us be sincere for the sake of posterity, for the sake of unborn generation. Let us liberate and free the South once and for all. This is my message today. Till I come your way another day. Peace and love. Bye for now.